G'day and welcome to another video. In today's lesson we will learn how to make the original spectrum throw. I will be showing you how to make each granny square and also how to join it together. I won't be showing you how to make every single square because personally I really don't have the time to make such big projects, but I will teach you all the basics that you need to put this all together. You will just be making a lot more granny squares than I will be. This project is rated as an easy project, and along with a video I think that a beginner could try this as well. We will be using all different crochet stitches. The yarn that we have used in this project is from redheart.com. For this project I chose Red Heart with Love, but in the written pattern it actually says to use Super Saver. This is also a 10 ply or an Aran weight yarn, but I think this project can easily be made in DK or 8 ply. So let's get started on the lesson. The written pattern for this project is available on redheart.com. Redheart.com is a great place for inspiration, and as you can see, a great place to buy yarn in all pretty colours. I will leave the link that you need for the written pattern in the description box. For our supplies, we're going to need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle with a large eye, a crochet hook to go with your yarn. I will be using a 5.5mm. This is a eye size crochet hook. You could also use DK yarn and use a 4mm or a G size crochet hook. I am using Red Heart with Love in 2 shades of pink, 2 shades of purple, which I forgot to put down, 2 shades of purple, this is one's almost a blue, and the cream. If you give me just a moment I will let you know what colours they are. We have a bubble gum, and this is beautiful and soft, this yarn, it really is nice. The other pink is hot pink. One of the purples is lilac. This is gorgeous, this colour. And this one is iris. And this is the Red Heart with Love. These are all Red Heart with Love. And the cream that we're using is Aran. In the written pattern, you'll see that it has all the sequences that you need for your colour. I will not be following those. I will be using my own colour sequence, and I want to say a huge thank you to Karen for helping me with the colours. They are fantastic. And so if you want to follow the colours that are used in the actual Afghan that is located on redheart.com, then you'll have to follow those colours. But I'm, like I said, using my own colours. And first of all we're going to start with the darker pink, and we are going to chain 6 and join with a slip stitch to form a ring. You could use a magic circle for this as well. We're going to join to the very first chain with a slip stitch, and that will form a ring. Chain 4, and into the center of the ring we're going to work 3 trebles, and this is a US treble, so that means yarning over twice, go into the center, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And altogether we want 3 trebles. Just going to zoom out slightly so I can fit it all in the screen. Then we want to chain 3 and 4 trebles into the ring. So going back into the ring, wrapping twice and working our treble, pulling off 2 loops at every time we go back through. We want to do this until we have 4 groups of trebles. So chain 3, wrap twice, go into the middle, and work 4 trebles. This is the first time I've used Red Heart with Love, and it is so pretty and so soft. As you know, I use a lot of Red Heart Super Saver because it's a great price. But this stuff's nice. So chain 3 and work 4 trebles into the ring. Chain 3, join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 4. So this is our beginning chain 4. We're going to go to the very top chain and join with a slip stitch. And we can pull the yarn in the middle to close that up. So that's round 1. So we're going to find our scissors, cut off our yarn. You could work this square in as many colours as you like. I mean, it's only got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 5 rounds, but you could do your colour combinations any way you like. So round 2, it says attach yarn in any chain 3 space. So let's go for this one here. So that when we sew our ends in, we're not sewing them all into the same place. We'll go over here. So the next colour is the lighter purple. Okay, so we're going to attach the yarn. So I put my crochet hook through the space, put the yarn on the top. I've literally just looped it over. Pull through. I'll leave about 2 to 3 inches at the back, and then I just do a chain just to secure that in there. I've just pulled down on that tail at the end there. Chain 3, 2 double crochet into the same space. So it's a double crochet this time, just wrapping once. Chain 2 and 3 double crochet in the same space. So yarning over once, going into the same space, and work 3 double crochet. So if you've ever worked a granny square before, that's basically a corner of a granny square. Single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So the 4 stitches across here, we're going to work a single crochet in each. Going into the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. I'm going to work that across the next 4. Three double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, all in the next space. So in here, we're going to work 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 double crochet, all in the same space. I'm going to repeat this all the way around. So in the next 4 stitches, we're going to work a single crochet, oh geez, this yarn's soft. In the next one, we're going to work 3 double crochet, and someone didn't turn the volume down on the computer because my Facebook is going blip. So chain 3 and 3 double crochet in that same space. So we're going to repeat that around. single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then do 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and then single crochet in there. Pause the video. I'm going to turn the volume down on my computer so you don't have to listen to it going through the video, and I will meet you when we are ready to join. I've just completed the 4 single crochets into the top of those stitches, so I'm going to join to the top of the chain 3. So it's the 3rd chain from the beginning chain 3, and then I'm going to cut my yarn, finish off. So round 3 says attach yarn in any chain 2 space. So my next colour is the lighter pink. So I'm going to attach my yarn. That says chain 1, 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochet, all into that chain 2 space. So going into the space, work 2 single crochet, chain 2 and 2 single crochet, single crochet in the next 2 double crochet. So you want to make sure you get that first one. So single crochet in the next 2 single crochet, so that's the same ones. Half double crochet in the next one. So yarn over first, going in, pull through all 3. Double crochet in the next 4 single crochet. So the 4 stitches that are down here, we're going to work double crochet. Just grabbing some yarn. So that was the 4 double crochet, half double crochet in the next, single crochet in the next 2. So yarn over, pull through all 3, and single crochet in the next 2. And then we repeat this around. So in this chain 2 space, we're going to work 2 single crochet, chain 2 and 2 single crochet, single crochet in the next 2 stitches, half double crochet in the next one, so let's pull through all 3, double crochet in the next 4. Half double crochet in the next one, so that's wrapping, pull up, pull through all 3, and single crochet in the next 2. So I'll show you one more time and then we're going to just repeat it all the way around. So 2 single crochet, chain 2, in the same space 2 more single crochet, single crochet in the next 2, half double crochet in the next one, so wrap in your crochet hook, double crochet in the next 4 single crochet, half double crochet in the next one, single crochet in the next 2. So we're going to repeat that and finish off the other side. Just fix up my ends. That's what that's looking like so far. This is looking really cool. I love how it kind of changes. It looks really good. So pause the video and I'll meet you when we're ready to join down here. When we're ready to join, we're going to join to the first single crochet. Just double checking, making sure that was right. Should have read it before I started, hey? So we've joined there and we can cut our yarn. It's always cut off about 2 to 3 inches of yarn. Just gives you plenty of yarn to sew in. So it's looking good. So the next round is really easy. I just read the next round before. So next colour is this one, which is the bluey purple. Just going to pull some yarn out. And what we're going to do is attach yarn in any chain 2 space. So that's the corner space over here. So just attach that in. Chain 1, single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 2, and single crochet back in the same space. Single crochet in each stitch to the next corner. So what you want to do is, you may accidentally cover that up. You want to make sure that you single crochet in that stitch there. We're going to single crochet all the way till we get to the other side. When we get to the chain 2 space, we're going to work a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet in there again. We're going to repeat this around, single crochet all the way across, and then do single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the chain 2 space. Repeat this around and I'll meet you when we are ready to join. When we are ready to join, we're going to join into the top of it's the first single crochet, but it looks like there are actually 2 stitches there, but they're not, because that very first one is a chain 1. So we want to join into the top of the single crochet, which is here, which is there. It does actually look like we've got a stitch there because that's at chain 1, but we don't want to join there, we want to join top of the single crochet. And we can cut our yarn, pick up our scissors. And now we are up to round 5, and this is where it makes that really cool, a bit like there. So grabbing your new colour. Now we want to join our yarn, and we're going to join it into any single crochet before the chain 2 space. So our chain 2 space is there, we're going to join in here. So I'm just using my Aran colour now. we're going to join that in there. We're going to chain 2, half double crochet, chain 2, half double crochet in the next space. So into here, going to work half double crochet, chain 2, and half double crochet in the same space. Oops, same space. Half double crochet in the next 7 single crochets. So yarning over, making sure you don't miss the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. What we want to do now is front post treble around the double crochet that's under the next stitch. So the next stitch is here, and there's a double crochet underneath the pink. So it's 2 rows below, the pink round here. So you're skipping your first double crochet we did there, going around this one. So we want to yarn over twice, go to from the front of the work, go to the back, around the stitch, and back out the other side to the front. I'm going to yarn over, pull up, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we want to do that again around the next double crochet 2 rounds below. So yarning over, going from the front of the work to the back, around the double crochet and out the other side, and then working your treble as normal. So because we've worked those stitches, the 2 single crochets on the back have technically already been worked into, even though we didn't actually go into those stitches. So we're going to skip these 2 stitches because these 2 trebles count as them 2 stitches, and half double crochet in the next one. So this one here, half double crochet, and then into the next 7, and that was our first one, so we want to go 6 more stitches with a half double crochet. And then that will bring us up to our chain space on the corner here. So into that space we are working, oh sorry, I'm just reading the pattern again. We're working a half double crochet, chain 2 and half double crochet, all in that same space. So into the next 7 stitches we're going to work a half double crochet. So we're repeating what we did again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and a bit of luck it will bring us to that same stitch we need. So this one, the double crochet below this one is here, and it's the second double crochet of round 3. So yarning over twice, going from the front to the back around the stitch, come out the other side, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again we're going to wrap our yarn twice, going around the next double crochet from round 3, working our treble. And again we've worked these 2 stitches, so we want a half double crochet in the next one, and into the next 7 stitches. So repeat this around, pause the video, and I will see you when we're ready to join. And when we come around, we're going to join to the top of the chain 2. So you'll only have 6 single crochets there because the chain 2 counts as the 7th stitch. So we're going to join into the top of there, cut our yarn, finish off, and that is the end of our square. That is really, really pretty. So now what we want to do is sew in all the ends. Ugh. Yep, plenty of them to do. And now I'm going to show you how to join them together. To sew them together, I'm going to use different coloured yarn, the one that I've used for the border, otherwise it's going to be really hard to see. Now you can crochet these together, but in the written pattern it says just sew them together. So I haven't sewn in my ends, as you can see. And we're going to put our good sides together. So this is the pretty side, because all the ends are on the back. So we're going to put our pretty sides together. We're going to grab our yarn, so I'm going to cut off some yarn. You're going to cut off quite a lot more than what I have, because you have a lot more squares. And it says to sew squares together through back loops following the diagram. So you're going to follow the diagram, which is really good, and you can find that on redheart.com with the pattern. It tells you how to set all your squares out if you're following the colours that they have used. And to sew back loops together, we're going to start in the corner of our square. Got a bit blank there. And back loops is actually the loop closest to you on the square that's here, and on the back square it is the back loop. So I'm not going to actually tie this off because I will need to rejoin it with proper colour. So on the one closest to you, it's the loop that's closest to you, and on the square that's at the back, it is the loop at the back. So the loop closest to you and the one that's at the back on the back square. And you're going to repeat this all the way across. And then just pull snug, don't pull tight, you want it snug. Otherwise if you pull it too tight it won't lay flat. It will pucker up and not lay flat. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like on the inside. And this is why they're telling us to do back loops only. So you're going to have to ignore the purple bit because that won't be there. But what happens is, see the loops that are vacant, loops here and then loops here. It'll give you this really pretty ridge when they're all sewn together. So what you're going to do is you're going to sew across. You'll pick up, there's all different ways to do these. You could sew them end to end, so you could sew one there, you'd grab your next square, you'd sew your next one there. I'm just going to zoom out a bit. Your next one there, and you'll have this big strip. But personally I find that's a lot of ends to sew in because you'd have one for that one for that one. So what I would do is get the next 2 squares you want to join and then lay them down next to each other. And then when you come across, so you'll have your squares folded together. When you sew across, You're going to sew all the way. Let's try and get rid of some of these ends. You'll sew all the way across here and into your chain spaces on the corner, and then go straight across into those next chain spaces and then sew across, joining those squares together. And you'll continue lining up your squares. I'm going to run out of them because I don't have very many. So you'd get your next lot of squares with good sides facing together. And then once you come to this corner, you would put your next one on and sew across there. So what that does is only gives you one end to sewing for that row all the way across. Now these squares are set out different to when you would sew just a normal granny square blanket together. These are sewn on an angle, so you will need to work that out as well, where you need them to go. So when you finish sewing them, they will look like that. But like I said, this one is sewn in a different way, so you will have to set out your squares. I sometimes lay them on a spare bed or lay them on the dining room table. Somewhere flat. You could put them on the ground if you're worried about them getting dirty. Put down a towel or something and then lay them on top. And yeah, this works out really, really pretty. And that's all I'm going to sew together. So I'm going to sew them together off camera, and I'm actually going to use a different coloured yarn. Otherwise I'll have this big purple strip going through it. So I will be back in just a moment, and I'll have all my squares sewn together, and I will show you how to do the edging. So I've joined 3 squares together, and this pattern, it has sort of points to it on the bottom edge. And when we crochet around the outside, you have this straight section and then a point. So on the point we need to do an increase, but then when it comes back and gets to the part here, the inner point where it is basically a right angle, we need to decrease around there and crochet along and then increase. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I have my straight edge. Of course mine's a lot shorter, but it's the same theory. Straight edge, we've got a point, so we work increasing, we go across, and then where the 2 squares meet, this is where we're going to work our decreases. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join my yarn. I'm going to join it into a corner, and you can do this wherever you would like onto your blanket. So I'm going to join in any of the chain 2 spaces, and in any of the chain 2 spaces we are going to work an increase. So as long as it's on a corner or a point like we have here, this is where we work our increasing. So what we're going to do is work 3 single crochets into that chain 2 space. That's 1, 2 and 3. If you find that that will not lay flat because you want our blanket to lay flat, you could work 4 or 5. I would suggest 5 single crochets into that space. So now we have a straight section. So we're going to single crochet. Just grabbing my pattern that's fallen down. We're going to single crochet all the way across. So I won't zoom in because you know what a single crochet looks like. Sorry, my pattern's being very stubborn. It wants to get onto the floor. So we're going to single crochet all the way across. I'll show you what to do when we get to our join, which is here. we want to make where the join is, we want to make that look like it's not obvious on our border. So let's go across. So we're going to crochet into the chain 2 space, and then there's a next chain 2 space there, but into here we want to crochet in there as well. So if we crochet into here straight away, look what happens. It leaves a big hole and it looks really ugly. So what we want to do is crochet into, depending on how you've stitched it, you're going to see if you can find a space to put your crochet hook. And you're going to do the same thing when you always get to a join. I'm just going to see if I can crochet in that and see what happens. So I've still got a big gap there, so let's pull that one back out. So in the pattern it doesn't exactly tell you exactly how to do it. So let's go into the stitch there, and then also the chain 2 space. And you can see that looks a lot neater. I don't like how that loops there. Let's see if we can somehow grab 2 loops. And then chain 2 space. Now that loops there. I think that's just how it's going to be. So now we are going to single crochet all the way across. So I'll meet you, my next thing is an increase, so I'll meet you there. And on our increase we work 3 single crochets. And again, if you've done 5 single crochets on the other one, then stick with that as well, do the same thing. And we're going to single crochet across, and I've got another increase, you may have something different. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet all the way around, and I'm going to meet you when we get to where the 2 squares join together. And I'll show you how to decrease in that part, because I've already showed you how to increase up here. So I'm just going to scoot around and I'll see you when we're ready to do our decrease. So I've worked around and I'm up to now where the 2 squares join together. And you're going to have a chain 2 space on this square, a chain 2 space on that square, and then you're going to have this little bit in between. So what we want to do is work a decrease around these stitches. So I'm going to single crochet in the chain 2 space and into the 2 stitches that really aren't stitches, they're here. I'm going to pull up a loop, and also there I'm going to pull up a loop. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and then I'm going to single crochet into the chain 2 space, and then each space around. And what that does is goes around the corner really nicely. Because we've joined it and we get this, we create this space where we've joined our loops together, we really want to incorporate that part of the square which is there. So I'll show you that again, just in case you need to see that again. When we come to the chain 2 space, I know you can rewind it, but I'll show you again. You're going to single crochet in the chain 2 space. And what we're basically doing is, see how it's created like a channel along here and along there when we've joined? You're going to decrease at the end of those. So into there, pull up a loop, and then into this side, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, and single crochet in the chain 2 space on this square. And then you would single crochet across. And you're going to work this all the way around your afghan. And I'm just reading the pattern, and And it only has one round on the border. So that is all we do. If you want to work another round after you finish this round, when you come around on the second one, you're going to have 3 stitches in the corner. When you get to the second one of your 3, you're going to work another 3 single crochets. If you have 5 in this space, into the third single crochet, you'll work another 5. You'll crochet around, and when you get down to here, the 2 stitches that are in the corner, so you've got one there and one there, you're going to work a decrease in those 2 stitches. So it's pretty much what we did on this round that we're doing now. You're just going to repeat that and work around, and you can use that method to work as many rounds as you like, just as long as you've decreased the 2 stitches in the where the what do you call it where the granny squares meet. In those 2 spaces here, you'll work your decrease in there, and then when you get to your point, you'll work your lots of 3, or if you did the 5, you'll work that into the corner stitch. So you need to sew in all your ends, and I'm not really going to finish this off because this was just a practice piece for the video. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to see your creations shared on my Facebook page and also Google+. And also subscribe if you haven't already, because we have 2 video tutorials each week here on Bob Wilson 123. We have one on every Wednesday and Friday, and that's Australian Wednesdays and Fridays. If you're in another part of the world, you may actually get it on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crochet.